Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the show. It's morning. And that's kind of awkward, but I promise you that's not the only awkward thing that you're gonna see in this video, because the Game Awards starts out in a very awkward way or moment, like Jeff Keighley trying to give this PlayStation guy a shout out. The guy who is responsible for PlayStation a shout out. And what he did was he stand up around and tried to walk on stage, and apparently got stopped by the security, and he just awkwardly stands there. And I don't know, maybe he thought that, Jeff Keighley is trying to ask him on stage, but it's a language barrier there. That's not the only awkward moment that we can see. There's also Harrison Ford that came out, and I think there's no teleprompter or anything that happens. He didn't know what to say, and he's just like, skip it.
Skip.
Skip it. So that happens, and then Snoop Dogg's appear and start singing, and all I can see is awkward Japanese man, like on the seats was like, oh, everybody's standing looking at them. Those are 50 years old and 60 years old men. They don't care about your hip-hop music. They're just like looking at there like weirdly, like grumpy faces, just looking at, why the hell am I looking at this Snoop Dogg singing? And then they also have Tay-Tay playing up the violins. And of course, this is not awkward, but the best moment in the whole Game Awards speeches was the bass speech from Sven Vitka.
They didn't make it to serve as a brand. They didn't have to meet arbitrary sales targets or fear being laid off if they didn't meet those targets. And furthermore, the people in charge forbade them from cramming the game with anything whose only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design. They didn't treat their developers like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit. And they didn't make decisions they knew were short-sighted and function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun. They understood the value of respect, that if they treated their developers and players well, those same developers and players would forgive them when things didn't go as planned. But above all, they cared about their game, because they loved games. It's really that simple.
Yep, it is that simple, right? Make a good game. It's not rocket science or whatnot. A bass speech from Sven Vitka. And that is the awesome moment in the whole Game of the Year, the Game Awards, before the Game of the Year is being held to, right? So, other than that, let's go into the game. Let's talk about the games. Hey, Jeffrey, I thought you were going to talk about the games. Stop looking at the girls. I know she's hot. Okay, time to talk about games. Okay, there's tons of games that appear in the Game Awards. There's tons of games that has been shown. Okay, but rest assured, I have selected and picked those that I'm interested or I think it deemed worthy of my attention. So the very first one that is my personal anticipated game that is going to happen. I'm not pretty sure, is it 2025 or is it like later on or something like that, but this announcement make me hype. I really looking forward for this game itself. I'm a huge fan of Shadow of Colossus, and looking into this game doesn't really make me feel that this game really feels like the Shadow of Colossus, The Last Guardian, or even ICO, or Get It Up Together, and ta-da, this game appears. Look at how the guy climbed to this thing. It's just Shadow of Colossus. Man, this hyped me so much. I really like this. Look at this, just hype me up. The Game Awards 2024 might be a lot of things. People might not agree with the result that they decided to put out, but I would tell you one thing. The Game Awards 2024, it's like a nostalgia kick to players or gamers. It's like a fan letters that is being sent to the players or gamers who played video games for more than 20 years or even 30 years. And they come up with so much IP. They've been announcing so much IP, like Ninja Gaiden is coming out with a new game, and then from Capcom there is like Onimusha and Okami, which both of these games I have not been hearing any of those for like 15 years at least. I think it is that long. Maybe even longer than that, maybe even 20 years. I'm not pretty sure. It depends on which game we are talking about, right? And Witcher 4 is coming, which is a sequel, and people have been waiting the game for so long, for Witcher 3 and to Witcher 4, and then they just release up a tons of new titles. The reason why I say it's like a nostalgia kick is because of the split screen game that has been showing around. Like, are they trying to bring back split screen multiplayer? And it is like, you know, when I was a kid, that was the thing, that was the way to play video game. That's the most fun way. Like, if there's a game that you can play 2 players, we would choose those instead of a game that you can only play 1 players, right? Like, even though like Mario, hey, let's play Mario, but we don't play Mario single player, we play it 2 players. We're gonna use Mario and Luigi, and that's how I have been playing video games, especially when I do have a brother, and the both of us, we always play video games, and that's just how it was. So looking at the Game Awards 2024 announcing so many split screen game, it just hyped me up. Is video game gonna bring back split screen? Is split screens gonna be a new thing? So that really excites me. That's one of the things that really excites me a lot. And of course, even Elden Ring is going to be made multiplayer. Yes, Elden Ring is going to come out with a new standalone. There's a lot of things or topic or conversation is happening with this game itself, but we will keep those. We will save those for another video, okay? But in this one, I want to tell you that they made multiplayer games, PvE, if I'm not wrong, PvE games where you can get out with your friends and you can fight with monsters, and you can fly, you can run, you can climb, you can even use Sekiro skill. Little pillager. I think this is Sekiro's parry. I'm not a huge fan of Elden Ring, but I'm a huge fan of Sekiro. So looking at that parry, this might be the reason I'm gonna go and play this game. Okay? So that's it. That's that. Elden Ring? Yeah, we might have to play it. One thing that got me hyped is that Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is finally getting to PC, and this means that, yes, we will get the model out from the game, and people were gonna go and start making Route 34 videos with it. What? Wait, it doesn't have anything related to video games? But it's Tifa. I'm sorry, but it's Yuffie. Yuffie is 20 years old. I'm talking about Yuffie from the Advanced Children, not. Just saying. Okay. Well, nonetheless, I don't know what you guys think about the Game Awards 2024. I think the Game Award itself, it's like a huge. The more, when I was trying to make this video, the more that I look at it, the more I watch it, it feels like the reason why it won the Game of the Year for Astro Bot makes kind of like a sense because of the nostalgia theme that they're trying to cover or something. It's like, yeah, there is a narrative or there is some sort of message that they're trying to reach to people or trying to like spread, which is like nostalgia. Like, I don't know, I think that's just me maybe, because I felt like, like the whole like old school video games, they're all coming and they're gonna all coming out, and the Game Awards is showing all of these games, which is like the split screen thing as well. It's just like a nostalgia. That's like what it is, like back in the day, like let's go back to the roots. But then they put out Intergalactic as like a retro theme things in there, but it's very well, we all know things, but it's another. If you guys want to know more me about talking about that, go and watch my game news video. I already addressed it around there, so no, that's that. So around here, I'm not sure how you guys think about the Game Award itself, but that's at least what I think. Like, it's a team of like back in the day, like old school or whatnot. That's why, you know, instead of a very modern game like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or even Black Myth Wukong, or even, you know, ReFantazio Metaphor, it just makes kind of sense why Astro Bot won, because it's a very old school multi-platform, like platformer games that, you know, just old school. Okay, like Mario. That's it. Okay. Nonetheless, that's it, guys. That's my thought on it. That's what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this, you know, it's a highlight of every single thing that I just wanted to mention about the Game Awards itself. I'll talk a little bit about it, and yeah. So if you guys enjoyed it, give a like and of course subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys again on the next video. Peace, seeing ya. Drop that beats.